Yeah, what's up, kings and queens? We're back again, and as usual, we're going to discuss the Mayweather case. But since the court is not sitting, what we want to do is go back, take a look, and see what we can find out, what relates to what's happening in today's case, like in Rata's court today. Uh, Back in the days, in the beginning of this case, there was this advocate, very on point, very assertive. He spoke his word. He never faltered. He pointed out his man if he wanted to point him out. He's the one who told Balu straight he's busy with monkey tricks. Now, who am I talking about? Obviously, I'm talking about Advocate Teffo. This is the guy who, at this point, is arrested for no particular reason, right? They woke up some old charges, some frivolous charges. Mind you, this is crimes that most of advocates, I'm sure they are probably guilty of. Handling funds in it, like there's a lot of charges that they put across to him when they decided to strike him off the roll. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a shout out. It's going to be accolades given. I'm going to give the props, the proper props that were supposed to be given to him, because he pointed out a whole lot of things about this case. What I'm going to drop here, I'm going to drop a video of him. In fact, it's an interview of him with SABC when he was about to put in an application for the dismissal of this case. I think he calls it Section 260, something like that. Now, he was mentioning that there were irregularities in this case. He's mentioned also that the prosecutor, the prosecuting team, and the investigating team, were neglecting or were refusing to give him the proper documents that link the accused with Kelly Kumalo. And he's also worried, if they say Kelly Kumalo is a mastermind, why the hell now is the mastermind languishing outside when they have a claim that this person is a mastermind? Now it's clear, it has become clearer after all these court proceedings that went on. After getting the statement, after the failed link that Stein failed to come up with, it has become clear that no, there's none of that. There's no link. Hence, they were refusing or holding back to give him the documents that link the accused number 5 with Kelly Kumar. Now, this clip, I'm going to show you a clip of him talking about these things and elaborating on how he's going to take these steps, also telling us who is responsible for dropping this case if they have to drop this case, talking about the prosecuting authority, president or leader or whatever they call her, Shamila Batoy. She's the one who's supposed to be, in fact, who has the powers to drop this case. Also, I was talking about jurisdiction. Jurisdiction, I think this one I found in some other video. I don't know if it's in this clip, but you'll tell me in the comments if it's not there. This one is talking about jurisdiction where this case was shopped around different judges. That's what they say. It was shopped around different judges, and then a lot of them refused it. And then it was taken to Pretoria. Hence, they know where Pretoria is easy to manipulate things. So probably he has a history or some background about history, Pretoria be able to be manipulated, their courts being able to be, like, what can I say, maneuvered around. Like, I think they can bend some rules. Anyway, I want to leave you with some of these clips for probably some time from now, just to remind you that this guy, when he was talking about these things, advocate Teffo, these guys, everybody, some lawyers who were always getting interviews on media, on like big media, they were always talking, bollocks about him, saying he doesn't have manners, he doesn't have decorum, what, blah, blah. But now, see how quiet they are about the decorum of Rata, the judge. They are still. Another like group of people who are still, it's the Black Lawyers Association. I don't know why they are so quiet, but it's surprising that, funny enough, they were able to hear, they were able to catch, and even warn or send a letter or a request or whatever they sent to Rata to call him closer to them, to them, so that they can find out what he really meant about do black lawyers behave like this. But on Advocate Teffo's case, it's that they are quiet. I don't know what their contribution is, but I think it's very minimum according to what I'm seeing. Anyway, let me not take too much of your time. Just dig deep into this interview of Advocate Teffo when he was talking as SABC reporter, discussing how he's going to go about dismissing this case. Why I'm bringing this up, because I think this is what the defense now should do. Dismissal, application for dismissal of this case, because, I mean, the link that everybody relied on, it's questionable, to say the least. If we are not being blunt and staying light on his testimony and whatever he put together to try to convince the judge that these guys were guilty of, or there was a connection between accused 5 and Kelukuma, it doesn't convince me. I don't know if probably it convinces the judge, but it doesn't convince me and a whole lot of people. Now, let's dig deep in to that interview, find out what he said. Before we do that, I'm going to be out by the end of the interview, so please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that when we drop more content like this, you're in the loop. Peace.
In the prosecution, and that person with the powers to drop the charges against the accused is the advocate Shamila Batoy, the National Director of Public Prosecution. And that application can be brought at any time, even after the accused has been pleaded, whether pleaded guilty or whatever. But in our case, we pleaded not guilty. So at any given stage, we've got the right to bring that. Should we realize some of anomalies that has happened, then it will just say, at any given time, the prosecutor, being the National Director of Public Prosecution, can drop the charges against the accused. And the court concerned also can now acquit the accused in that regard. So now we were supposed to go back to court in the 12th of July this year regarding the jurisdiction. The issue of the jurisdiction is no more an issue now. The issue is about the anomalies that we have realized that it's winter now. Our clients are in jail this winter for nothing, because the state is refusing to give us the documents that are linking them to the alleged crime. And in the same case of 636, there has been allegation that Kelly Kumalo is the mastermind, is the one who contracted with our client. Now, why is the mastermind languishing outside? Why is the mastermind outside? Why is the mastermind free? Well, our clients are languishing in court, in jail. It cannot be. So hence we say now, we will have to wait for the response of Shamila Batoy in making decision in the 636. Then we let our client outside. And the right people must be arrested now.
All right. How long does this process normally take?
the application, because we now written the letter to the court just to inform the court that we are now taking this another route of Section 6B that will be submitted tomorrow, because we are still busy. It will be submitted tomorrow. And then on receipt by the Director of Public Prosecution, in this regard, will be given her 7 days, because it's not a tedious process. She will come across the issues that we are alleging. And definitely, one thing for sure, it cannot be normal that our clients are still in jail now, after she would have realized that it cannot be that you say you've got a confession against these people, but you don't want that confession to be dealt with. And now we've realized that the confession was taken by the Ekurhuleni, the Metro Police, West Part. Such a serious violation, such a serious cultural violation of our client. And then secondly, you are refusing to give us a very crucial document that you allege it was signed between our client and the mastermind being Ms. Kumalo, who is outside. Now you put our client in jail. So now that won't take long. I think 7 days is enough.
Okay, you've had clash.
So we bring Section 6B. Section 6B, it says, remember the matter is between the NPA and the accused. The matter doesn't belong to the court. It's an unfortunate situation that we have realized that the court, in all its fairness and with a due respect, there is a clear protection of the state here. The court is protecting the state. It's clear, without any beating around the bush. The court is just biased against the accused. I mean, accused 1 to 4. It's definitely a bias. So now we're no longer pursuing that, because we have realized that in the court, those things are not working, because the court is there to defend the state. In the state and the SAPS. Actually, there is a corrupt relationship between NPA and the SAPS. Now that has been protected by the court all along. We've been hitting every corner, but the court is always being stuck. And we can realize that the reason that the matter was taken to this court, because the matter belongs to the South Gauteng in Johannesburg. Now it's been taken to Pretoria. We believe that, in all this fairness, we believe that from our side, we allege that there was a shopping around of the judges. This matter was refused by the judges in Johannesburg. Now they took the matter to Pretoria, because Pretoria is easy for them to find a judge of their choice who can definitely protect and defend them in this unfairness that is happening against our client. Mm-hmm. So we are no longer going to entertain the judge there. We need the NDPP, Advocate Shamila Patoy, to make a decision on our application. And once you make the application, it's the end of the matter. It's in our favor.
Advocate Teffo,